Am I a baby girl or am I a struggling girl? Should I buy a Birkin or should I buy a Bible? Hey friend, welcome back to my channel. I'm Toks, and on this channel I give you strategy, perspective, and tips for entrepreneurship, relationships, and personal development. Today I want to talk to you about feeling stuck in your 20s because our 20s are tough. I know what my 20s put me through. I'm on my way out of my 20s right now. I'm going to be 30 in June, but I still wanted to come on here and help you if you're struggling, if you're feeling stuck, because I felt stuck. Every so often I still feel stuck, but I'm working through it. I have some strategies, I have some tips, and I'm here to share them with you. Our 20s are so confusing because we don't know what's happening. You feel stuck, you're in the middle. Like, I'm 20 or I'm in my 20s. Am I grown or am I young? Am I a baby girl or am I a struggling girl? Should I buy a Birkin or should I buy a Bible? Should I go on that vacation with my girls or should I save for my future and my retirement? Every single question that we ask in our 20s, it always seems like a limbo. There's never really a clear answer. Some of your friends are married with children. Some of your friends are single. Some of your friends don't want to be married. Some of your friends have been in committed relationships for years. Some people are in their bag. Some people are just figuring it out. Some people are finishing school, whereas some people are getting their masters and their PhDs. There's something so confusing about the 20s. You don't know if you're doing it right because everybody is doing it differently. And what happens is that you end up in this middle place where you feel like this is where I should be and this is where I am. And the gap in between them sometimes feels so large and so impossible to even conquer. And that is when confusion kicks in. That's when sadness kicks in, and comparison. And when you look at what other people are doing, especially on social media these days, you start to feel like you're being left behind, like you're stuck, like you're not doing your 20s right, like you're not accomplishing what you need to accomplish. But that is not true. Comparison is the thief of joy, and I am going to say this to you as much as I possibly can. And when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling like you don't know where you should be, if you're not on track, the last thing you need to be doing is looking at what other people are doing and comparing yourself to them. So I'm going to give you my strategy that I use whenever I'm feeling stuck, in hopes that it can help you get unstuck as well and start to really move in your purpose instead of looking at how everybody else is moving and getting overwhelmed by that and feeling like you're not doing what you need to do. The first thing you need to do is grab a pen and paper and write down every single goal and vision that you've had and have for your life. There is nothing too lofty. There is nothing too small. Every single thing that is important to you, what you want out of life, write it on that piece of paper. You might need to flip the page over. There might be things that once you start writing, you start remembering them. Write them down. Get them on that piece of paper and see the life that you want for yourself. Even if you're not there yet, even if you don't know how you're going to get there, that's not what we're doing right now. Write down every single part, every single piece that is important to you and get it out. Get it out of your head. Put it on paper so that you can finally start to see these things that you've been thinking about in a reality that is not taking up all the space in your head and making you feel overwhelmed and confused. Now that you have this paper with all of this vision written down, all of these things that excite you, I want you to go through each one and ask yourself, why is this exciting to me? And why is it worthy of the work it will take to accomplish it? Because it's one thing to be excited, right? Like, we all get excited. People hype us up. We hype ourselves up. But it's another thing to move past that excitement into the work that's actually required for you to get and manifest that thing that you say is so important to you. So you need to ask yourself, why is this worthy to me? If you can't find a reason, cross it out. If you can find a reason, write it down. Write down why it is worthy to you, because this is what is going to be key for you to continue to do the work after. If you're just excited, the moment that hype wears down, there goes the work ethic, there goes the discipline, there goes the perseverance, there goes all of the things that are required for you to get from stuck to successful, right? So you need to write down why each and every single thing is worthy to you and why it excites you. Another little assignment that I want you to do is take some time to yourself. Turn on a candle, get some tea, get some wine, whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable, and a piece of paper, and write a journal entry as yourself 5 years from now. If 5 years seems a little too much, 6 months from now, who is that person? Write as that person. So for me, a journal entry 5 years from now can look something like, Dear Journal, yesterday was such an amazing day. Today I got an email that they want me to come and speak in X country, and they're going to fly out me, my kids, and my husband and put us all up in a hotel and pay me mid 5 figures to speak. This is great. This is a topic I already know about. This is a talk that I've given 10,000 times, and I can't wait to speak in front of X company. So I want you to envision it. It's going to take a moment. Close your eyes and lean into the reality of that thing that you want. Because if you don't even believe that it could be true, it's not going to be worthy, right? So I want you to close your eyes and think of, how will I look in a few years from now? What will I be doing if my vision and my ideal life became my reality? And I want you to write that journal entry to yourself. However long you want it to be, however detailed. In the journal entry, you could even write something like, oh, I just checked my account balance because they said they dropped in the invoice and I need to move more money to my investment account because I have 6 figures in my savings and mid 5s, nearly 6 in my checkings, and that's way too much money for me to be holding. I need to invest it. I just signed on the house. Whatever it is, write it out. And this is going to be your love letter to yourself. So along with the other sheet that has all your visions and why they're worthy, you're going to hold this. And anytime you're feeling stuck, you're going to read it to yourself to remind yourself that this is the life I want. So I'm going to have to do the work. So now I'm going to give you 2 tips on how to do the work. The first tip is to close your eyes. Stop comparing, stop looking at what other people are doing. There is nothing for you in that space. The person you need to compare yourself to is the version of you that you are right now. I don't want what anybody else has because I don't have the appetite for it. I don't want what's on your plate because I don't have the digestive system for it, right? So stop looking at what other people are doing. When you're feeling stuck, you don't want to dig yourself deeper into the self-loathing and the sorrow by looking at what other people are celebrating and the things that you wish you have but you don't have yet. Close your eyes, go deep in, like figure out who you are, what you want for yourself, and how you can get that. You want to compete against yourself, because if you're competing against other people or against social media, it moves too fast. The things that were popular and desirable yesterday are no longer popular and desirable today. And if you're chasing after this goalpost that keeps moving, you're going to be exhausted and unfulfilled because you're literally putting your joy and your self-worth into people who don't know you and who don't even know what they want because they're pandering to whatever it is other people are saying as well, right? So you need to just close your eyes, go internal. Who do I want to be? Where am I right now? What is the best version of myself? And what am I willing to do to get there? The second tip is to move your feet. Many of us are feeling stuck because we have a bunch of unfinished stuff that we haven't done. What is the last thing you were supposed to do that you haven't done, that you're now looking 20 steps ahead when you haven't even taken the first step? What are those goals that you said you had? What was that book that you were supposed to read that was supposed to be life-changing and you never finished it? Go look back. Before you start looking forward at all the things you don't have, go to the shelf. That shelf where you put all the things that you were supposed to start, all the things that you were supposed to do, all the ideas that you had that you shelved. Go look at that shelf first. Because sometimes we're looking at somebody else's grass and thinking it's green, and we have the grass seed, the fertilizer, the water, and everything, but it's sitting on a shelf. We're not maximizing it. We're not putting in the elbow grease to get our grass to be as green as everybody else's, and yet we're here wallowing in the dirt when we literally have all of the tools necessary. So that last thing you were supposed to do, go do it. Maybe that thing that is going to make you unstuck, that thing that is going to move you from where you are and fill the gap between where you want to be is already in your pocket. You already have it in your hands, but you're just too busy looking at somebody's 10-year-old goal and looking at your baby goal and thinking your baby is underdeveloped. But it's not underdeveloped. It takes growth, it takes time. So instead of looking at what took somebody 10 years to get to, or what took somebody sleepless nights and discipline to get to, and feeling sad because your stuff isn't there yet, maybe you should get in the discipline. So it's not always about finding new things. It's about going back to what you already have and maximizing on it, making the best of it, and really walking in your purpose so that you can get unstuck. So I hope that that helps. And if you are stuck, have faith. Things are going to get better. Do what I said, write it out, do the tips, close your eyes, move your feet, and let me know how it works for you. If there's anything else that you think I missed, something that helps you get unstuck, that gets you out of that rut, that always brings you back to that exciting place, please put it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.